okay? Because the fact is, yes, maybe you have it, because you live alone.
Right, then, yes.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different things. And I don't think you're going to, I mean, as techie as you are, that is not something I think you're going to keep in your car everywhere, just in case. Because there's a lot that goes,
Paranoid person, so.
I understand that. But that's what we're, that's where it's
I
at.
knew you were coming, so I asked. I said, hey, do we have a defibrillator here? And they were like, of course we do. I said, okay, so where is it? Well, we have to call. It's somewhere in the building.
Well, the fact is this, okay? If you can't tell where it is,
Right.
and if you don't have people that are trained, there's no point.
Right.
And is it serviced? I mean, that's what it comes down to. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about, folks, is actually the coolest thing I've ever seen. I mean, the CPR is the best thing that you could possibly do, but let's face it. You'll probably, knock on wood, never have to use it. But you will have to use this, which is a first aid kit. And why is a first aid kit so important? Because everybody has that first aid kit or that first aid drawer, like I do, and everything just gets piled in there. And when you need something, what ends up happening? You can never find it. Now, I stacked the room because I knew Denise was going to be here. And the reason why I say that is because her daughter is big into softball. Isn't that right? And I think your husband is big into softball too, because her daughter is. And for someone that's paranoid like you, this may help you out as well. Because you freak out and you never know what to do. So what I found this company, it's called the Intelligent First Aid Kit. And I want to show, I'm going to let everybody have a little piece of what you can do. Okay? Now, what happens to your daughter the most?
Scrapes.
Scrapes? Like what?
Scrapes, sliding in
Bleeding,
the
right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Running down the leg, very dramatic.
it's bleeding. Everything that you could possibly want for bleeding is there. Now, I know that Denise is the calmest person in the world. And she's so calm, she's going to open this up, and she's going to take everything out. But you know what? Wade is right next to her. And we know as much as Wade is a calm person, the rest of his family's there, and he's going to make them crazy, right? So what's going to happen is, he's going to say, Denise, I know we're at this softball game, but I don't know what the heck to do. So do me a favor, press that button.
You have selected the red bleeding pack. Ensure the area is safe and check victim for responsiveness. If not, call for help using 911 or your local emergency.
Now, I realize that you probably would never want to use this, but it's there as a backup. Probably saying, Alex, this must cost a fortune. Not really, because each individual pack, this, is as low as $8 a piece. So after you use it, you just reorder this. Now, if you want to get a new one of these, it might be a little bit more. But what's nice about these particular products, they're broken up into different categories. So if you have a shock, you have a burn, you hurt their eye, it's a bite, a sting, bee sting. I'm just going to leave this because I know where this is going. Okay? Okay? I just know where it's going. It even has CPR as well. It has breathing. Okay? The question is, you probably haven't, why is it that like that? It's because people need things that are organized. The reason why McDonald's and Starbucks are so successful is you don't have to think. A Big Mac here is the same Big Mac that's in China. Or a grande latte is the same grande latte that's in Germany. The fact is, when you're in that situation, you want to know head or spine, boom. The reason I only offer 3 types of products is I like to keep it simple. There's people that can offer a ton of different things. I'm passionate about training. It's what I love doing. Why? Because there's nothing better than teaching someone something they've never learned before. That's how I learned. I started out as a Boy Scout, and we were the worst troop ever. But We learned about Annie at the summer first aid squad. And it was actually that woman, Ruth, that taught us. She was my friend's nanny. And I joined the first aid squad right out of high school, and I've been there ever since. It's not because of the patients, which is the most important part. It's because of the camaraderie. My best friends are from there, and I'll do anything for them. And in some cases, they're better than my own family, because I know that I know I can count on them or not count on them in certain situations. And that's what I try to portray in every single one of my classes. First thing we always do is we try to find out what people do for a living, because there's no sense in doing a blank course, press the button or whatever. I want to know exactly what you do, because I know if I know that you're helping me with my books and making me wonderful so I can have a business, I can tailor that to you. I know you guys are in the sprinkler business. You're in the furniture business. We're still trying to figure out what Andrea does, but...
Give you a hard time.
Exactly. No, in the running business. The fact is, that's what I do, and that's how we try to help people. I want to thank you for the opportunity. If you guys have any questions on anything that I've talked about, I'd love the opportunity to talk to you.
How much is the first aid kit?
For you, it's $149. For everyone else, it's $149. But the inserts, like I said, are, you can, if you just use the one insert, you can, that's the thing.
Down the road.
And the one thing that's nice about it, if you have that AED, usually if it's in a building like this, you have the box, get a little hook, you put that right underneath it, everything is ready to rock and roll. So that's really a nice thing, because it's got a little
cheat sheet.
and it's got a little cheat sheet, which we know someone likes the most. Does anybody else have any other questions? Great. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.